Noah this year has been so good in the second half of games, showing it again today.
89 on the day.
It's very simple throw and catch. This is basically a slant, and he just
one-on-one on the outside. Jordan Addison, I just love this young wide receiver. He is such an excellent route runner.
Well, you see him one-on-one here with Dante Jackson. He's just a freak. One-on-one.
This is your quarterback, and then just bring your receiver from one side of the field, man-to-man coverage. And that's not great.
Love this in the slot right there. Doesn't get hands on him and just runs right with them. If he comes communication with the defensive backs, didn't see it, but a little switch there with the motion. Good job, back-to-back plays by Lake.
Ball that gets airmailed by Williams, but he turns around right here and has a spot, but it's just a high ball.
It's a sluggo. Watch Drake London fake the slant and then go vertical. Lewis, you talked about it. Jack Jones with the eyes in the backfield.
You got two of the better receivers with Stafford. I mean, these guys come in on fire. You can see that these underneath routes have been taken away. Tight coverage. A lot of times it's Stafford looking one way, kind of working through his progressions, and then eventually coming back. But linebackers, great communication with the corners and safeties. Ward is.
Mark Andrews is prolific. He gets to the middle of the field. As soon as Isaiah Simmons' back turns, Lamar Jackson lets that ball go.
Yeah, this is what hurt the Rams defense early in the year, was just miscues. This time the free safety, Quentin Lake, just late 37.
Picking up the pressure, and it allowed Malik Neighbors one-on-one with Marlon Humphrey, who's having an outstanding season. And you see right there, get the feet in.
Presented by Pepsi. Remember all the talk this week about Deebo Samuel. Wants to get the ball more. They're trying to get him the football more. It has been a tough night as far as opportunities. It's been good coverage. They've handed the football to him. Here they throw him the ball. If he catches that, it's timeout.
They're running out of time and running out of options.
And ran it out their number one cover guy, the rookie, Worthy.
Which is exactly what the Niners want. We saw Curl earlier go one-on-one with a shorter route. Now he's downfield, really never find.
Patriots have Christian Gonzalez. They try to put him tight and give him room to run a double move, but Christian Gonzalez not biting.
Early bird didn't work the first time, so now you just got to go back to the old-fashioned stutter go. And Womack, who has really played well tonight.
A veteran really has a field. You can see that Jennings tried to sell him like he was going downfield.
It's so surprising that when you have somebody as good as Jamar Chase at that position, that he's also leading the league in yards after catch.
Where the contact was, remember, it has to be forcible contact to the head or neck area.
A lot of room there to fit that ball in. And he navigated it perfectly. Edwards is the one who, he adjusted.
Man, you beat the corner, and then it's just look and book. Nice stab to the outside. One-on-one with the corner. You see the safety.
Protection. Inside, it's a little slant pump. And he's just able to get behind Fuller, the safety, and it all.
First down, I talk about they got to win on first down, the key for the Lions, and then they got to keep Josh Allen on defense in the pocket. But I told you they're going to come out and be aggressive.
Buying himself space and time, nice and easy off the line of scrimmage, and then explodes and accelerates.
Nearly impossible to stop. A-plus throw. Absolutely perfect position for the throw and a great route.
For Lamar Jackson, man coverage. Mark Andrews running an over route, running away from Dane Belton.
Well, he's just on the deep over right there, number 84. And this is, what did we talk about? We talked about Kayvon Merriweather.
And Coach, I want you to watch. He's going to break in. Benford has leverage, and J-Mo changes it.
And watch him spin. I mean, this is great. You want to spin away from this. You've got man-to-man coverage here. Watch him spin back out on that out route and then just drive and close. Really well done. And
being able to win, able to separate against man. This time it's zone, so he gets between those.
Cliff Kingsbury, he finds the matchup of having Terry McLaurin one-on-one with Tyrann Mathieu. As good as yeah, this is a nice job by Pettis. He's going to run a quick out going up against Mikey. Sanger still had him turned around inside and gets a nice completion.
And they finally picked the right time. Little play action, little flash of it. Actually, they catch him in a blitz one-on-one. And
letting this thing go right about here. And Wan'Dale Robinson slides underneath it and just avoids the contact. This one thing that you see with Dave Flowers running this bench route, the precision and the dot that Lamar Jackson throws. He's got 3 incompletions on the day. The last one was a throwaway, but he's got more touchdown passes today than he does.
Kamara with a one-handed grab.
Mention downfield explosive plays, convert on third down. No better guy in the league, if I'm Dallas, than to throw the ball to number 88. And
Earl, who came over from Washington this year, bringing some stability on the back end.
Sauce Gardner, watch him work his left hand on the body of the receiver, just knowing exactly where he is. Look at it, right there. And then that feel.
The basketball player background right there. And he gets that inside leverage on Fulton.
Yeah, listen, you're just not going to complete many balls. And these are those that
just getting right down the seam and split the coverage. You could see trying to run inside. That's Lloyd trying to run inside, take away the inside, and not today.
This game doesn't look off today. After you run the ball so much, this is just called a pop pass. You fake the
cornerback, and when he's playing in press, that's probably his strength.
Motion to get Ladd McConkey up and inside and get him matched up with Levante David. One of these in routes after Shepard clears it out for him. And you saw him, just that little hint move at
31 yards. It's a seam route. You run up wide into the inside edge, but Goff does a great job.
I would find Pierre, who just came into the game. He's working there on motion, and they're a really tough pass off there.
Is all over him. And this one, Baker.
Yeah, you got Calcaterre here, and this is a double move. He starts to the out and then up, and he's working on Landon Roberts there.
First down Broncos.
Yeah, and in the last 6 games, you can really start to see Bo Nix establish that chemistry.
But essentially, you're going to get the little rub route on the outside to McMillan. You see him attack vertically first.
I mean, sometimes these guys do things you can barely believe. You know how hard it is to just turn around?
Beautiful throw from May. Top of the screen. Bourne beats him. Look at that. You cannot lay it out.
To catching this ball than the receiver. Here comes Buddha over, and he was watching it the whole time. And here's Buddha with a nice change of pace.
Way outside the bounds, and he had a little room to give, but keeping his feet in play and making the play.
Slide came out and missed a 53-yarder on the first drive, but a nice play, even though that ball was a little bit behind. Hide him inside. He's in the slot, and they're just going to run him down the seam, and then he goes to the outside. Has the right leverage, gets outside.
Did anything hit out of bounds? Clean catch. What touches the elbow? There you go.
What a play.
Brilliant. That is brilliant.
Look at that. And you know what? It's a good thing the elbow got down because the shin never got down.
Is going to fall in love a little bit with this underneath receiver for no reason whatsoever. Difference he has made. DK Metcalf is the presence. He's the guy that has to take everything down the field.
Couldn't get his head around and play the deep ball. I mean, Brock Bowers, you just look at the size differential. Just put it up there into a...
It's a terrific route. He's beat. He doesn't give up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Never got his...
For the Seattle Seahawks, and to be able to get something going early with DK Metcalf, so hot to start this season, has cooled a bit since. Little slant route. Watch how strong Dobbs is at the catch point. Right between those two guys, and then just an issue. It has been down in this part of the field, right? He is willing to throw balls into very small areas, and this is a completely different offense, Mike.
Got down, and they were under 2 minutes and 11 points, and they needed to get the touchdown. And same situation here, 4th down.
At the football, I think you're going to see him here. He's trying to punch it out and gets it out with his right hand right there. That's a nice play by Hughes. That's great awareness.
Was the ball secured, though?
Pretty good coverage.
And Morrow was out there defending and knocked it away.
Yeah, that's good coverage by Morrow, who's getting his playing time tonight with bite on it at all. McGlothern, he's the corner. He does what he's supposed to do, just stay on top of the receiver. Well, Minnesota goes hard play fake with Sam Darnold, and you see the impact then that it has here on the safety, Kevin Byard, and then you've got receiver coming in behind it and just...
And King had great depth on this. Just watch him. He's the dime defender. You see how he's just cushioning Brock Bowers?
Had he had kept driving on the ball, he has a chance, and Darnold turns this ball loose right away, expecting Hawkinson to...
Back out of the lineup for the Vikings. What a catch this is.
Yeah, and you know as a receiver when the ball's... Good concept here by Kevin O'Connell. Going to run two verticals, and then you got Hawkinson, who runs the out route with Addison in behind it.
He was on an island right here.
He was. And look, he could easily run over the court. He goes, no, I want to see you. Get over here.
Own fake. There's McConkey ripping across the field. And he could barely step into this throw.
Dangerous thing for the Phillies, for the Steelers defense.
It's a little sit route right here. And, I mean, right there, you couldn't tell me he's getting in the end zone there.
Another amazing play call and play design, staying aggressive. It was so close to going Detroit's way. When they're that open, you just want to like toss it to them, and sometimes it's harder than it.
They're trying to hit this little corner route, and you've got Surtain right here. That's just not going to happen. Not to mention, they run this way, way too shallow. You make it too easy. You got to keep that. Remember I talked about the sweet spot being about 19.
And you'll see he's got to throw this ball, and boy, it's a laser. But Branch, we told you the safety combo, him and Joseph playing as well as anybody. And
Mike Evans on the in route. And credit still for undercutting that route, reading it.
Where the free safety is. Right now, Nix knows the free safety is leaning to his left. He keeps him there and then almost...
That time they missed one early in the game, but watch Coleman back after a month on the sideline with an injury. And this is why they drafted him early in the second round.
Not many guys.
Again, so much of this is we got to find something to get behind them. And I'm looking for down in this part of the field, and it's Freiermuth like it always is with the Steelers.
Pass off the games. I mean, I love that. They just wad it all up in the middle and give Baker a chance to make plays in these second effort plays.
He's going to take his shots when he's got them.
Yeah. And you see the speed that Franklin has. But
Evans, he's going to come ripping across the field on this crossing route. That was close to helmet with Marcus May. I'm surprised.
Pierce, number 14, has been, one of the premier deep threats this season. Excellent coverage. And just at the last moment, turns.
You want to kind of keep those bodies in front. And that's a second route where you run the curl route. You don't get it right. In these crossing routes, you got Gainwell in motion, and that little bit of eye candy confusion gets the Steelers.
Yeah, this is a bad read by Baker, and he's late. He misses the throw, and Mike Evans plays.
Watch this. We saw the throw deep earlier. This was equally as good as he gets a ball roped right to him. It surprises St. Brown, and he does the rest.
Mike Evans just fight through the contact here on a slant route against Fulton. And what an impressive career.
I'm going to catch it, but not this time.
What a move. With the pressure coming, you put your hand up when you say, I'm open.
Right in that gray area, you see the quick out. Levante David.
Man-to-man, and it's a teaching tape right now, both these coordinators. Ben Johnson through motion and quick motion at the snap. Across the field here, but this is who we're looking at. It's man-to-man defense. You know that's what they want to live in. And Johnson just takes off. And what an incredibly cool and unique play call. And Alexander.
At all levels. Josh Downs, one of the better slot receivers at such a young age in the NFL. And you said it.
Intercepted, and he's playing because Hamlin is out. Tracy had just talked about 3 secondary players.
He's going to come in here, and you're going to run this basically curl. You're going to come right back right here. And
it was wasted with the Raiders. They pick him up as his 8th game as a Jet. Look at that.
Look at that body control. Did you see him slow down? I wanted to score a touchdown, and the whole time I'm thinking, get on the ground. A little crossing route right here. They lose him in coverage. Right about here, you're saying, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. And he's thinking.
Oh, look, coming back to get it. He has his hands on it.
Oh.
But Stingley has that right arm in between Hill's.
This is amazing. And watch his feet. He just goes dead foot over the shoulder. Now, did that right foot, Gardner, he's just going to split the two vertical routes, and he's playing them both. Watch him split these two, the little switch route, and sitting back there in the deep third.
He's more willing to throw the ball downfield. Look at the depth of the safeties. Mike Jackson, he just completely.
You hard play action this, and then you just run this shallow cross. Hard play action, everybody gets sucked in. You see them all there, no underneath coverage left, and then just float it out to the corner.
Great job by Collins working the back line, keeping alive, understanding that Stroud was just working the pocket. He kept himself open.
And McDuffie is in coverage and has the wherewithal, even gets a face mask from.
He's on the backside. He's working the back line of the end zone. He recognizes that Stroud. See how he works back to that front pylon? That's part.
Kind of fits the mold. He's a long, strong, kind of physical type off corner, and nice job there finding the side of the field. He just leaves it too wide. Just doesn't quite get enough on it.
Outright, right down here, you're going to see the seam, and watch Cisco play the hands of Lazard. As soon as he sees the hands go to.
He might have got there a tad early, but they let him go ahead and play that one out.
The 2-point conversion, they threw the fade the last time. Now they throw a little out on the corner, and
by C.J. Stroud. He's up to the 38. Fuller. This kid, this Malik Washington, with his play last week.
Yeah, I'm firmly convinced Ken Dorsey, all he's thinking, look at him drag the back foot. Veteran play right there.
Watch, he misses Tyreek Hill. Right here, he's open right there. Get the first down, but he works through the progression, sticks with the play, doesn't panic, makes an accurate throw to.
Well, Jarian Jones right here, he's the nickel. Locks up here man to man, and I'm telling you what, they think he is going to be a superstar. You see him run, and watch as that second play goes down, just stays on that top shoulder. To just bend that seam inside a little bit, but it was really the opposite side where Aaron Rodgers was looking. He came off that look.
What a throw and what a catch! About the only place he could have put it.
The only place. Well, they have so much success with these in routes and throwing it on time. They've had a lot of success, but not today, as Bullock comes up and is able to get a piece of time.
On the inside potential of this, you know that's going to be a wide open slot. That's why we drew it up, and there it is. Little quick slant, one-on-one.
Just gets fooled because there's what looks like a safety in the middle of the field, and
they're trying to throw it to the back. This time he gets Tolbert. Nice job keeping his feet in. Both feet are in. Not exactly miscommunication. Amani Oruwariye in for Trayvon Diggs. He needs to carry that outside receiver. There's no reason for him to drop Coker. Again, all of a sudden you
blocked it up and said throw it deep, and Brian Cook got a great read on it.
And see if you can make something happen. Garrett Wilson gets stacked on top of the defender, just can't.
That's who they're looking for. He came in, he tried to break down and burst there on Ferguson, running that deep spot.
The first down, but they are in the red zone now at the 18.
Well, great job by Etienne, but then the punch out
to Oto.
To Oto, and then the recovery.
Watch him work this inside, then get away.
Yeah, you know,
pretty good start to this game so far for J.C. Horn. You go third down sack, and then you go third down.
Watch Stingley as he expands to the outside. He really doesn't have any safety rolling over the top. He has a deep middle safety.
Nice job there on the twist game, and then just a simple clear out by Thielen.
Watch him. Going to be out here in coverage. You see the little bubble over to Brian Thomas. Right there. Very nice work.
and they go and attack who that would be Kool-Aid McKinstry. Instead, they go and attack the backup. Terry McLaurin had to wait on that ball. It was actually under. They're trying to buy time. There's Pettis. He gets open initially. Is literally trying to run for his life, chasing down Terry McLaurin. There is no way he can keep up with him, and that is a great pass. Said that Terry McLaurin is playing phenomenal football for the Commanders, both sides, both coaches, and then just watch how far he is. He sees Jaden Daniels scrambling, and there, arm up. Wow. On the ball nonsense. Foster Moreau, nice rub route by Cedric Wilson. Foster Moreau cuts the route. Here's a replay. Jawan Johnson. He's going to run that out route. Oh,
diving attempt by Johnson.
Football for Marquez, who had the drops in the first half. Jeremy Chin thought he had an interception. He thought he was
in motion, and they get the matchup that they want. Pearsall can get downfield in a hurry, and this is a corner who's stepping in for Durant. Ball is underthrown.
A big hit, but here's T. Higgins on the outside. And again, we saw him earlier make a catch right as the ball arrived. He's getting hit hard.
And then Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Saints continue to be plagued by injuries on the offensive side.
That's what we talked about, right? He's in the backfield, motioning him out to the outside. I mean, that's a little check down. That's an option route that normally a running back is running.
A running quarterback go, but he also has developed into a fantastic pinpoint passer. Pass to Rashad Bateman, but Dane Belton, give him a ton of credit for getting back underneath this throw and almost picking it off. He's got both hands on.
One of the more underrated guys in the NFL. You know, I've really been impressed with Chico Conquo during the course of the year. I mean, he's had some really big explosive plays. He's extremely athletic when he gets out into space.
Come across. This is what I talk about, anticipation. You notice as soon as he turns.
And again, here's that kind of, you're off, right? That was something they said they would not do. Denard Wilson said, we will not be off.
Yeah, just check out the feet here. 1 foot, right foot down, left foot drags. Good catch. Great throw by Lamar.
There's Olamide Zaccheaus as he's going to go inside. Gets right behind Ugo Amadi, and when you're playing zone.
But let's take another look at this. It's in control enough. He's got it braced against his body. They review every scoring play, obviously. Shallow cross here. And you got a defender to beat in space. It's become a space game in the NFL. How are you going to make the guy miss? And he just spins away.
You're throwing across the back of your body. Watch number 5. Continue to work across the field. Find that spot. Everybody knows how he plays it.
Moves into motion and then gets matched up against Lenore and gets able to separate, but he knows he's in traffic. And by big 91, Kobe Turner. And again, good job, Williams.
The timing, it's so hard to defend. It's just your leverage at the snap. Throw and catch right here. I mean, you see the distance off in coverage and a little bit of turn of the hip. That's an easy.
Jamison Crowder in the slot, going to come hook around right into the zone. And I know that they're glad to have him back. And as soon as he spots
movement to give Stafford enough time, as you said, Al, there's always going to be pre-snap movement, trying to get a tip on the coverage. Look at Stafford work from the left back to the right. Lenore very Stafford. Here's Puka. Take a look at him on his route, getting behind Robinson, trying to just use him as a. Ward is in there in coverage. Let me just use your helmet as I get slammed to the ground on my back. No problem. Watch him secure this. This is the strength that this guy has. The right hand.